Hi, I'm Dell Hendricks, and we're at Hendricks Performance Horses, and we train rein cow horses and breed some mares and collect a few stallions here. So I grew up in Idaho, and my dad was a mechanical engineer, but we team roped on the weekends and stuff, and I 4-H'd when I was a kid, and it just kind of got my interest into the horses. And I can remember several years ago, him and I, when I was in high school, we were on a pack trip up in the Wind River Range of Wyoming, and he said, well, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I want it to be in horses. And so my goal was to start a breeding program, and being a kid and naive and everything, I didn't really get everything. And it just kind of evolved into going to school in Lamar, Colorado, where I met my wife, Terry, and got an internship with Bob Loomis in Marietta, Oklahoma as a reining horse trainer, and it just kind of took off from there. So probably the few of the show highlights that really stand out in my mind is I won the NRHA fraternity in 1999 on Hollywood Vintage, and he's a foal that we raised there at the ranch and sold as a baby, and it kind of come a full circle, and I ended up getting him back in training as a 3-year-old. And then I won 5 NRBC championships, which is very special to me. That record still holds true to this day. So the thing that gets me out of bed every morning is just my drive to win. I am very competitive. I always have been, and I don't care if we're pitching quarters in the corner or if we're on a world stage showing horses. I want to be first place. And in my 30 years of experience training horses, I know the horse shows are a lot of work, but not the most work. All the work happens in the middle of the night when we're riding horses and we're preparing. And so just that preparation to put myself in a position to win is just the driving force that makes me go. Well, I don't think I really have to say much about that desire, because anybody that works for me, they figure that out really quick. And they know that we're gonna go have fun a lot, but when it comes down to it, our goal is to win. And you can't win all the time, and you got to learn how to lose and be graceful about it. But every time you lose, you got to learn from that. And so my staff learns pretty quick to just roll with the punches and get back to work and see if we can't get something done where we can win next time. So to produce a top performance horse, it takes a lot of things. It takes genetics, the breeding of these horses. It takes nutrition. It takes vet care. It takes training. And probably more than all of that is it takes a lot of patience and understanding that they're a performance horse, but they're not a robot. And they have a mind that thinks and works, and you got to try to get in that mind and help them. But we just try to support them with everything else. The nutrition, the Purina feed has been a huge thing to me. I've been with them for over 30 years, and it's what makes my horses go every day. It's the fuel that I put in the tank. So my relationship with the people at Purina has been an awesome experience. It goes clear back to 1994 when a gentleman named Troy Rogers walked in my barn and said, do you have any feeding problems? And I said, feeding problems? What are you talking about? Anybody can throw a flake of hay and dump some oats in front of your horse. What do you mean feeding problems? And he got to asking me some questions about some of my horses, and I started understanding what he meant. And I've had several relationships with the feed specialists and people with Purina that have been more like coaches to me through the years. And if I have a question on what can I do to make my horse perform better, is there a feed out there that we can use? They always have the right answers. They have the research that backs it up. And it's interesting how long those relationships have been. I mean, Troy Rogers was who introduced me to Purina, and he's since retired from the company, and I still talk to him on the phone a couple times a month. And Gina Bagby's been a very close friend. She helps me out and has helped me out for almost 20 years now. And Karen Davidson is another one that has helped me through the years. If I have a question on any type of nutrition, I know I can pick the phone up, call somebody at Purina, and if they can't answer my question, they will go ask somebody in the company that knows, and they'll get right back to me. And so it's it's a huge tool that I have at my disposal. Well, our future is exciting, we hope. In 2018, I made a switch from the reining world to the working cow horse world. And that has been a very humbling road. I had to learn a new discipline from the ground up. I learned to lose a lot more in it because I've, had to start at the bottom and work my way up. But we've had some success in the cow horse world. We've made the open finals of the Snaffle Bit Fraternity, and my next goal is to win the Snaffle Bit Fraternity and win the world's greatest horseman. And I'm getting older, so I got to hurry up and get it done before I get too old. But that's what gets me out of bed every day, is just that chance to try to go win those events. So one word to define my career: persistence. Just never give up. Just keep going. I'm Dell Hendricks. I am Purina.